Dr. Hayam Abitan and Susan, welcome to the Valder Beebe Show today. How are you?
Oh, very good, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate this because this topic is really an important topic. Dr. Abitan, okay, tell me what disease we're talking about today or condition we're talking about today. I can't even pronounce PBC.
Yeah, so PBC is primary biliary cholangitis. Cholangitis means inflammation of the bile ducts. The bile ducts are the drainage system of the liver, and they need to function normally. It's an autoimmune disease, and anyone with any chronic inflammatory condition over time can develop scar tissue, God forbid, which can then proceed to develop cirrhosis, which is scarring of the liver, which can then require liver transplant. So our goal here is really to try to diagnose this in its early stages so we don't end up at that finish line and we end up seeing people like Susan, who we have are really a success story. The main symptoms that people will present with will be severe fatigue, which can be really dysfunctional and people are unable to work and to do their normal activities, and pruritus, which is itching.
I want my audience to know I'm speaking with Dr. Hayam Abitan. He's a gastroenterologist and a hepatologist, and he's here to talk about the disease, PBC. Dr. Abitan, who's affected by this disease, and what can be the impact when you're told you have this?
So about 90% of the people we diagnose are women, typically around the age of 60. You know, that's a time period where the women are going through their own metabolic changes in their body. They're likely working, taking care of their children, their spouses, their household, doing a lot. And that in itself comes with fatigue, just as part of, normal living. This adds severe fatigue to that and really may make people dysfunctional. As a result of that, there are people who may become depressed. It makes issues around their loved ones because of it. So it can have a major impact on the psychological, emotional aspect of their lives. As you mentioned before, PBC Awareness Month is September, and our partnership with Ipsen Pharmaceuticals, our goal is really to raise awareness of liver health.
I'm so glad we're talking about this. Susan, can you give us another perspective? Because you were diagnosed with PBC. Tell us what you've learned along the way.
Yes, thank you. I was diagnosed 19 years ago through some routine blood work, which showed the elevated enzymes. I was not symptomatic at the time, so the diagnosis also was a little bit shocking to me, and it was confirmed through a liver biopsy. So in this 19-year journey, I've learned to educate myself as to what my disease is and to advocate for myself and be an active part of my treatment plan. I've also learned it's very important to have a good working relationship with your doctor so that you're comfortable to bring in questions, concerns, and know that they'll be answered appropriately. Finally, I think I've just learned to live well within the limitations of what my disease is. I have from time to time experienced that debilitating fatigue, but because I try to take very good care of myself through rest and eating well and exercise, that I have been able to have a successful career and a successful retirement so far.
I'm so glad you're here to tell us your story, Susan, and have good health for a long, long time. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Dr. Abitan, Susan's story, tell me, is it normal? Is it unique? What's going on with her?
I think Susan's story is a normal process that we see, and I attribute a lot of that to Susan. She really has always been her own advocate, always questioning, lots of questions. She comes prepared with a piece of paper with questions, so she doesn't forget them. I'm able to answer them. As a result of, her insight into her own disease, it's helped me a lot with managing her. I've referred her to specialists as a result of that in liver transplant centers so that she can get the best care possible. So I think, she's really pointing out the important aspects about how to attack this.
The final takeaway, we've talked about a disease I don't think many have heard about. So what do you want the final takeaway to be for my audience, which is made up of people born between 1946 and 1964? That puts them in the age group that you're talking about for this disease.
So I think the most important thing is, we now have open medical records. You look at your own laboratory test. If there's an abnormality, such as a liver enzyme that's abnormal, bring it up with your physician and say, hey, I think maybe we should dive deeper into this. I'm feeling fatigued, I'm feeling tired, or even if you're not feeling anything, then they could be referred to a specialist who can dig deeper. Also, if people around you are fatigued or tired, you should be more empathetic, compassionate to them, support them, encourage them to do all those things as well.
Dr. Abi-Khan, I'm so excited that you took the time to talk to my audience, because this hits at the core of these people that are considered baby boomers, and they're in that age group, as I said earlier, that may be impacted by this. And Susan, I am so much better for having you on the Valder Beebe Show. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much for having us. Have a great day.
It's been my joy.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.